Yo, what's up, guys? Where to begin? So at the start of the week, I blew both my accounts again. That puts me, good grief, I've blown a lot of accounts. I have consumed tons of information on this, on like the whole trading futures and everything. I think that it's just, I wanted to come in here and just kind of like, I'm like, oh man, if I can make a couple $100 every day, that'd be awesome. It doesn't really work like that. The more and more like I already knew that, but I felt like I was doing good. And so today I just held my guns until it gave me like an actual real like signal. And I'm like, I don't care if it moves most of it without me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be at the very first move. And that's where I've been trying to be, and then it just never moves, right? For like the last like couple of weeks now, it's just like been baiting me so hard. And I had like the last few videos I did okay. I ended positive a few days, but today I was just like, you know what? I'm just not gonna do anything unless it's actually moving. Got on a little late. I had to take my wife in for our checkup for our second child today for pregnancy. She's about 36 weeks now. So, but anyways, yes, I just watched this, and it just started. It had a great start. It climbed up, right, and it didn't get to really any resistance zones or support zones or anything. It just kind of like did this. So my thought is that it's going to just be choppy for a while, and I'm I lost the accounts at night because it's addicting, man. It's so fun to trade, like just like the thought of winning. But I mean, I guess like that's part of the hard part in trading, right? Like I need to just like I just got to not care, basically. Like don't care and just wait for, your guaranteed money. And even when you think it's guaranteed, it's still not guaranteed. Trading is one of those things where you can do everything right and still lose. So, anybody out there who feels the pain or, is thinking about getting into trading, you know, it's hard. It's very hard. You got to work on yourself like 100%. Got to learn patience, and you got to be able to fight the urge to like think, oh man, I'm gonna miss it. You're not missing anything, right? There's gonna be another day. There's gonna be another trade. You don't have to do the one right now. If you're uncertain, if you're like, I think it's gonna go this way, then just wait and watch it. Like once it starts, then go. Or if you can't sit there and watch the screen and watch it move without you, then you probably shouldn't be trading, or you need to work on that, right? And I have ADHD, right? I have a very very high level of ADHD, so I've been hyper focused on this, right? So I've been getting information wherever I can, and I feel like a lot of it's just like phony, or it's just like some motto that they come up with where like you're like, oh man, that sounds awesome. But really, in a nutshell, it doesn't even teach you anything, Like so much information out there is just ridiculous. Like if there isn't somebody that's actually like showing, like like if you're not like this, if you're not watching a graph in real time and the person's doing a talk over, like like that's fake. Like if they can pause it and they're like, oh, here's this and here's that and blah blah blah. Like if they're not like live streaming, there you go. If they're not live streaming, like don't even. I wouldn't even pay attention to them, to be honest with you. Like I don't know a lot, but like, good grief, man, I don't know. But I feel like today was pretty good, right? So this whole move here, it dude, I was chomping at the bit to get in here when it did the double kind of top there. It kind of came down and swung back up. It came, went, and then it did that 4 bars down. I was like, oh, I was like, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. And then it went back up. I was like, dude, that's how it's been for days now. Like the opening candle, it goes, market opens up, it goes in a way, and then it just cuts off like this, and it's just, you'll lose the shirt off your back doing this. So still growing, still learning. I think that even, I think like I'm like determined now. Like I want to be able to do this so bad, and I think I got it figured out. As in like how I kind of want to go about this. As you shouldn't look at it as in like a day to day. You should probably look at it monthly, right? Because one day in a 30-day, you only need one good trade in a 30-day period. and you could make $5,000. You know what I mean? Or, you know, it depends on how big you're, trading, right? You got your one day out of 30, which is crazy if you can only get one trade in 30 days. You know what I mean? So let's say one trade a week. One trade a week and you get a $500 trade, which isn't absurd, right? That's not like absurd to do, not in the MNQ or NQ or whatever it is, right? You get one $500 trade a week, or maybe it's even every other week, right? That's like $1,000. That's $1,000 a month for just being looking at a graph, And I was consuming tons of hours staring at these graphs, watching them, just like while I'm at work, while I'm like, what my wife wants to watch TV, and I'm like staring at this graph, and it's like I'm not quitting my nine. I'm working third shift, and I want to quit my 9 to 5 job to stare at a graph from 9 to 5. So my time is going to be at the most volatile point of the day, which is at opening market, and then an hour, 2 hours afterwards, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Every trader says that these are the times. Like, this is the time. This is the best time to do it. People try trading at night. I tried trading at night. Almost every day I'd leave negative $500-$600. It's just not. Some days were great. Some days it was just like a whole, like Trump said a tweet, or the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock news came out, and all it did was just go one way all night. And I just rode that, right? And I made good money doing that. But I was new and I didn't know what I was doing. So it gave me a false sense that that's going to happen every day. I came in like in the middle of June is when I started. Like, maybe not middle, towards the end of June is when I started, right? And they were just massive trends going whatever for like the whole day. And it literally skewed my whole understanding of like what I'm looking for every day. But then, like right as I'm watching this Chop Fest, and I go back, and it's like markets like this will go on for, like, right now. It's been going on for a month and a half, just like this, and it's just like I went and looked back to like last year, and from like December to February, through like the day chart for like that those 2 months, like the graphs didn't go anywhere. Like, the market will just be like this sometimes. Not to say that you can't make money, but you have to change your strategy. You have to change your flow. You have to change different things. And I think 90% of the thing is that you have to realize that not every day you're going to make money. You can't trade more than 10% of the money that you have, right? How many times how many times are you going to allow yourself to be wrong in a row before you're bankrupt? You know what I mean? So then you're kind of limited to how much you could trade with. That's why I was blowing my account over, trading way too high. I never built a cushion, right? I only get $2,000. I got a 50K account, and they only allow you to have $2,000. You lose $2,000, you're done. Reset. So when I'm trying to swing, you know, $800, and I'm putting a stop loss of $400, it's insanity. I didn't realize that. But yeah, enough said. I'm building as I go. It's probably going to take a little while, but I am determined to get this. And now I just realized that it literally just comes down to me and controlling myself, and just, some days there's gonna be a trade. It's coming. I'm gonna get the trade that I need. Stop forcing it. Let the market do its thing, and when it conforms to you, take your trade. Right? I wanted the bid on this so bad, and look at that. It just goes up. Now, yes, I could have took an up trade as well, right? But it's not at any resistance zones that I have. There's a resistance zone down there. That's what that blue bar is. I don't know if I'm supposed to use that or what, but yeah. So thank you.